Hi, this is Srinivas Tamada, founder of 9lesson.info. I think my previous video I just explained how to connect with a PHP RESTful API with Ionic application. Like so in a success way, but I need to explain a little more bit with the validations and how to display the feed and all. But this video is how to change your default Ionic font because Ionic comes with Roboto font, but instead of that we can use other fonts like Open Sans or Font Awesome. Font Awesome is you can add different icons. Like I'll show you that. And if you don't like the Ionic icons, instead of that you can use font items as well. So now I'm going to implement Open Sans. This is the most popular font nowadays. Most of the top companies are using this. And you can download this font from anywhere from the GitHub, or you'll find a lot of resources for this. The same way I downloaded it. This is what my open source font. Like it'll come with different type of the font weight. Like it's normal text and semi bold, bold, and high extra bold or something. Like so the best thing is this is what our project structure is. This hope you know last year this is what welcome project, like we created everything like sign up everything. So let me minimize this. Okay, now if you see it, I'm going to use assets. This is what my project like Ionic welcome. You'll find the source. Here there is a assets folder. Like you can create a new folder called fonts. Like here you can copy like these fonts here. So this is what my fonts. So now we're going to import these fonts into the application. So now we are going to play with there is a theme file, like it is actually SAS file. So here we need to import those. So how are we going to do? So the best thing is before that, first we'll import that and then we'll comment these things, because we are not going to use these things. Like the most thing is how you're going to import the the custom fonts. See, if you see, these are the fonts we are going to use. Let me show. Yeah, so these are the font files. So you can just font face. This is like a normal CSS you can write, font family. Like we're going to use as Open Sans. And now font style, normal, and font weight. And now I'm targeting this 400, so I'm giving 400. This is a normal one actually. Usually you can download 300 as well, because it depends on you how exactly you want. Here you need to import the source of the font. The source is it'll be here, like assets, and then fonts, and then Open Sans, and then 400, and then this is the file name. So if you want rename this, let's copy that and paste it here. So the extension will be TTF. So this is how you can import these things like this. The same way you can import for all other stuff, like you can copy and replace this. All other things are it'll change 600, and this is 700 and 900. Like everything is like you have to specify, like, semi bold, and this is bold, and maybe this is extra bold. So based on this you can use wherever you want. So the same way here it will change the path, because the file names will little vary, because yes, they specified as a semi bold and bold and extra bold. So the same file names you will replace here, like semi bold, bold with 700, and this is 900 with extra bold. Yep, extra bold. So we imported these files, so we need to like use these things. So now, before that, like, this is a by default thing, like, in Ionic, like the default variable in the SAS, like family base. So I'm setting up like this, what my font name is Open Sans, and like like if it is not loading, you have to give some other font, like anything else, like, but it's okay. But we, and like, you have to specify it for all other things, like body, and this font family, and like same like Open Sans. And better you can give important, and here you have to specify the weight is 400, because in the body most of the time you are going to use the normal text. And now for other things, like this is the h1 tag, the title, and these are buttons, and these are so normal ones. So like you can specify it like this, like h1 tags, like button. This way you can specify it. The same way you can write uh, this one, you can use this one. And if you want, like, you can specify it based on, if you want h1 is extra bold, you can specify it here, like. So now we imported it, so we don't want to use these things. Like, let's see the difference. I'm just saving it up. Now you will see the change. See, if you see, the font has been changed with a little clean and slim font. So this is a p tag. Maybe I forgot to add p tag. So like, likewise you can add all the tags, span tag, everything. So because we don't want to touch the base Ionic file, so now you can see, like, other pages, like, the login, and if you see, all button names got changed and these names got changed. The same way you can specify it for everything, like, so other fonts, wherever you want, you can change. You have to specify these tags here. So yeah, and now we're going to implement the font awesome. The font awesome is most popular, like, uh, font awesome is the most popular Ionic, I mean icon system, like, uh, like usually you can search all the icons. See, there's a lot of icons they're providing it, so you can import this font and you can use these icons. That's like, the simple way. Like, if you want to use the database icon, like, you can open it and see they specify the font and how you're going to import the class name and all. So the same way, the best way, like, you can search all the things, like, for example, like, so you'll get all the options for like related options. So we are going to use this. I found a library, it's called in a Git, like, somebody is giving fonts, all of the fonts. So I downloaded this, and So this is what the library downloaded. From here, these are the fonts. I'm going to use these fonts in my project. Like the same way I'm copying this and going to projects, Ionic welcome, and the source and assets and the font the same way I'm pasting this. Instead of fonts, I'm just renaming this to font awesome. Okay, that's what, because that way you can easily identify. So now we're going to import these things in our project to implement some icons here. Like the same way, if we find, like, I imported these things. This one, like, you can import the font this way because this is only one font. There is no different categories, like different type of things. So this is again assets and SAS. I mean, oh yeah, I think we need to import the SAS files as well. Like, I forgot to copy that. Like, sorry. The font awesome. There is a source files and I mean like SAS files. These SAS files also we're going to use it. So I'm going to use these things and copy, and in Ionic welcome the same way, like, I'm all other third-party assets I'm copying here. Let me create a folder called SAS, third-party SAS. So inside that I'm pasting all the files, and this is what actually related to font awesome again. So I'm renaming it to font. These are the SAS files because this one is linked up with all the fonts and specifications, and these are the fonts. So yeah, now back to the project. So first we need to import the SAS files. So this is what the assets and SAS files and font awesome. So I'm just pointing to the folder, like the assets, all SAS files is pointed to here. So it will import all these SAS files, all the supported files. And the same way we need to import all these things. Now I already configuring this thing in a upcoming post, so I'm copying from there. So here I'm pasting it. So like the same way, like you can format this code. So again, the assets, font and font awesome library and the file name of that. Uh, that's usually you can follow the documentation, that way you can be easy. Like I'll show you that. So this is what the font and font awesome. So these files, because you need to point out all the SVZ, all the stuff, and you can drop off these things like the version related stuff. So we imported the code. Yeah, we got some error, like, the SAS error we got, because, like, we need to point out this file because this file has all the dependencies. So we came up, it's like an SAS file, but we need to specify the file name as well. So I'm just pointing out to font awesome. So now SAS font awesome and font awesome.sas file. No need to give the extension. No, I'm saving it. Let's see. Okay, so this has got something now, and okay, so now it's loaded. Okay, now Let me like use this font awesome. Like I'm going to add some icon like somewhere in the home page. Like, so we just now we said something like, let me use some heart symbol like this one. Like this is what heart symbol. So I'm copying this, and after the so I'm going to include it here. So this is what, after this I'm including it in a h3 tag. So see, now I implemented a heart symbol here from the font awesome. You will find out that, like, see, this is what the heart symbol. This one you can like, so there are a lot of things like bold, so many things. Let me use this microchip. So when, instead of that, like if you want to use this, just copy this class and implement wherever you want. So this way you can implement it. And if you want, you can apply a class like, you know, red or blue. So for this blue you can write a class in the SAS file like a different color, like dot blue, like, you know, color like 006699. So this is what you can apply blue, and see now if you see the output. Yeah, see the icon with the blue icon. So that way you can like specify the fonts as well in the application. That's it. Maybe in the next post I'll continue this with more like, you know, how to display the feed, everything. I'll continue my previous video. Thanks for watching.